Hello everybody, welcome to George Crafts. Today I am going to do the second in my video series of making the fins and tail for the Aldi So Crafty shark kit. So we've already done a video for the fins. If you want some help on making those, I'll link that video below. But today we're going to use my pattern to make the tail. So we start off by working in rows, and then when we get to this point we start working in rounds. So I'll do a little video demonstration just in case anybody isn't sure of what the things in the pattern mean. So what I've got with me is I've got some double knitting in grey. This is from Hobbycraft because I ran out of the original yarn from the shark kit. I've got a 4mm hook, a darning needle, my scissors and a stitch marker. So to begin with, we're going to start off by making a slip knot. So wrap the yarn around your finger making a cross and put your finger on top of the cross. Then once you've got a loop, just bring the tail through the loop and there you have your knot. Pop the loop over your hook and you're ready to start once you've pulled on the tail to tighten it. Okay? So we're going to begin with our foundation chain, and I've suggested 12. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whoops, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we need 1 for turning, so that's 13. And we're going to begin row 1 in the second stitch from our hook. So we miss the first one and then we go into the second one. So we need to double crochet 3. So this bit's always the fiddliest because you're going into the back of the stitches. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Oops, there's 3. And then in the next stitch we are going to put 2 double crochets. So we'll put our hook through once to make 1 stitch, and then we'll put our hook in exactly the same place to make 2 stitches. So that's those done. And then we're going to put more double crochets in to get to the end of the row. If I don't know how many of you out there are shark enthusiasts, but if you were wanting to make a thresher shark, you could make the top part of the tail a lot longer. So a thresher shark is one that uses its tail as a whip to stun fish, and then it eats them once they're stunned. They're very interesting looking. If you've not seen one, give it a Google. So we're just going to get to the end of this tail. Okay, nearly there. Just 2 more to go, so there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, so once we've done that, you'll see that your tail has got a little bend in where you've done your 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So you want it to look a little something like that. So now we need to do the next row, so we're going to make another turning chain and turn our work. So then we're going to double crochet 2 together. So put your hook through, bring your yarn back, so you've got 2 loops on your hook, and then put your hook through the next stitch, bring your yarn back, you've got 3 loops on the hook, and close all 3 loops together at the same time. So that's double crochet 2 together, and then we're going to make 7 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then just to reinforce the shape we've got so far, we're going to put 2 double crochets into 1 stitch again, just to make sure that we get that nice bend in the tail to separate the top and bottom parts. Okay, and then once we've done that, we're then going to double crochet 1 as normal into the next stitch, and then we're going to double crochet 2 together. So there's 1 and 2, and then we close all the loops at once. Make a turning chain and turn the work. Okay, so we're going to double crochet 2 together again. So hook through and yarn back, hook through the next stitch and yarn back, draw your loops closed, and then we're going to double crochet 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to double crochet 2 together again. 1 and 2, and then draw all our loops closed, and then another turning chain, and now we're going to do something slightly more complicated. So double crochet 2 again, 2 together again. So hook through and back, hook through the next one and back, close all 3 loops. That's 2 together, and then we're going to double crochet 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what we're going to do is crochet into the front loops only. So if you hold your crochet like this, so you're looking sort of top down, you'll notice there are these little V shapes. So when we crochet normally, we put our hook through all of the loops in that V. When we crochet into the front loops only, we take our hook and we pass it underneath the front part and come out at the top. So we're going to leave the back loop alone. Okay, and then if we want to crochet through the back loops only, we bring our hook down through the middle of the V and out through the back loop. So you're only using half of the stitch. So we're going to do that now, and we're going to make 3 double crochets into the front loops only. So take my hook and pass it up through the middle of the stitch. Bring the loop yarn back through and close my 2 loops together as normal. Once more, so up through the middle of the stitch, close my loops together, and one more up through the middle of the stitch, close my loops together. Don't make a turning chain, but just turn your work, and now what was the front has become the back, and we're going to make double crochets into the front loops again. So go down and pick up your loop and make a double crochet, go down, pick up that loop again and make a double crochet, and then once more go down, pick up the loop again and make a double crochet. Once you've done that, pop your stitch marker into the last stitch that you made. And we're going to now work in rounds around the last 6 stitches. So if you hold your crochet this way now, you will see you have your tail coming down here, with a little bulge in the middle. Okay, so you're going to have your V's that we talked about, but then it's going to go like this, and our stitch marker is going to be here. So all we're going to do now is we're going to go round this bit. We're going to ignore this bit and we're going to ignore this bit. So just double crochet, 1 double crochet into each of those 6 stitches. So you can always count backwards from your stitch marker if you're not sure where to begin. So that's my stitch marker, so that's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we'll take our hook, it's 1, managed to tangle my hook up, there we go, 2 and 3, if I can pull my yarn up, there we go, so there's number 3. And then 4, 5, and the last stitch makes 6. And then all we need to do is just take our stitch marker off. So just bear with me while I sort this out, because I've managed to tangle it up. Okay, so then we'll just put our stitch marker back into the final stitch that we made. And then we're going to do another round the same. So take your hook, pass it into the first stitch, make a double crochet and keep making double crochets until you get back to the end of the stitch marker. So if you enjoyed this video so far, make sure you give us a like and remember to subscribe to our channel. If you want to get informed of when we release new videos, make sure you turn on post notifications, and you can do that by clicking the bell icon underneath the video here on YouTube. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been writing comments in and getting in touch either here or on the blog or on Facebook, anything like that. Just thank you very much for getting in touch with me, because it really does mean a lot, and I hope that it's all been helpful for you. Shout out to Maisie, who's just finished her exams, so well done Maisie. It's a lot of hard work, so make sure you enjoy some of the summertime now. And everybody else, if there's anything you want to know, just get in touch and let me know, and I will be happy to make some videos for you. Anyway, so we finished our tail. What we need to do is just tie off, leave ourselves a reasonably long tail for sewing. She says, having just cut the wrong side of the tail. And then we can take that off. All we need to do now is use our darning needle to sew in this end, So I just like to sort of take it backwards and forwards along one of the edges of my work. And then you can always sort of poke it up through the inside. So it's up to you if you want to put a tiny little bit of stuffing inside the tail here. I didn't bother, but you can if you want to. But then you just attach your tail to the rest of your shark with the 6 stitches you made here onto the 6 stitches that were the last round in the body. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that some of you can now finish off your sharks. If there's anything else you'd like me to do a video of, please do get in touch and I will do my very best to help you. Until next time, take care.